Restarting your life is one of the bravest choices you can make. It requires stepping into the unknown, leaving behind the comfort of familiarity, and embracing the uncertainty of change. Yet for many, the fear of judgment, failure, or regret can make restarting feel like an act of desperation or defeat. In truth, choosing to begin again is a powerful declaration of courage and resilience. It's an acknowledgement that staying in a situation that no longer serves you, whether it's a career, relationship, mindset, or lifestyle, is not an option. It's a bold statement that you believe in the possibility of a better future, and you're willing to do the hard work to create it. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. When you decide to restart your life, you are confronting a myriad of fears: the fear of failure, the fear of losing what you've already built, and the fear of stepping into uncharted territory. These fears are valid. Change is inherently uncomfortable. However, allowing fear to dictate your choices means settling for a life that may no longer align with your values or aspirations. Choosing to restart is an act of defiance against fear. It's a decision to prioritize growth over comfort, to choose fulfillment over stagnation. Restarting requires you to reimagine your identity. Often people become so tied to the roles they've played, whether as professionals, partners, or caregivers, that the idea of letting go feels like losing a part of themselves. But identity is not static, it evolves as you grow. The courage to restart lies in recognizing that you are not confined by past choices or external expectations. You are free to redefine yourself, to shed old labels and embrace new possibilities. This freedom can feel daunting, but it's also incredibly empowering. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you create space for new opportunities and experiences to enter your life. One of the most challenging aspects of restarting is facing the judgment of others. Society often places value on stability and consistency, celebrating those who appear to have a clear, linear path. Deciding to pivot, to walk away from something you've invested time and energy into, may be met with criticism or skepticism. People might question your decision, projecting their fears and insecurities onto you. But the courage to restart comes from within, not from external validation. It's about trusting your intuition and prioritizing your well-being over the opinions of others. Restarting is not about erasing the past, it's about learning from it. Every experience, no matter how painful or challenging, teaches you something valuable. Those lessons become the foundation for your restart, equipping you with the wisdom and resilience to navigate the road ahead. This perspective shifts the narrative. Instead of seeing restarting as a failure, you begin to see it as an evolution. You are not starting from scratch, you are starting from experience. Moreover, the courage to restart is deeply rooted in hope. It's the belief that change is possible, that better days are ahead, and that you have the power to shape your future. Hope fuels your determination to take risks, to leave behind what no longer serves you, and to embrace the unknown with open arms. It reminds you that life is not a rigid script, but a dynamic story, one that you have the agency to rewrite. Ultimately, restarting your life is an act of self-love. It's a recognition that you deserve happiness, fulfillment, and growth, even if it means making difficult decisions and venturing into unfamiliar territory. It's a commitment to yourself and your potential, a promise to honor your needs and aspirations. And while the journey may be challenging, the rewards are immeasurable: a life that feels authentic, purposeful, and truly your own. Restarting is not a sign of failure. It's a testament to your strength, your resilience, and your unyielding belief in the possibility of a brighter future. It's proof that you have the courage to choose yourself, no matter how uncertain the path may seem. And in that choice lies the true power of a restart. Life often presents moments that feel heavy and unchanging, like we're trapped in a cycle of monotony, frustration, or discontent. But the truth is, you are never truly stuck. This feeling, as real and overwhelming as it may seem, is often a result of perception rather than reality. The belief that we are stuck often stems from fear, self-doubt, or societal expectations. However, if we can shift our mindset and see opportunities instead of obstacles, we realize that change is always within reach, and the power to reshape our lives lies entirely in our hands. At its core, the idea of being stuck comes from a sense of limitation, feeling constrained by circumstances, past decisions, or external pressures. You might feel stuck in a job you dislike, a relationship that no longer fulfills you, or a lifestyle that drains your energy. In these moments, it's easy to feel powerless, convincing yourself that this is just how things are, that there's no way out. But this isn't the full picture. While circumstances might be challenging, they are rarely permanent, and they are never beyond your capacity to change. The first step is recognizing that the walls you feel closing in are not as impenetrable as they seem. Often they're built from fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. Understanding that you are never stuck starts with realizing that you always have choices, even when they're not immediately obvious or easy. It's important to remember that life is not linear. You are not obligated to continue down a path just because it's the one you started on. You are free to pivot, to change your mind, and to pursue something different. This freedom is a fundamental part of being human, yet it's often overlooked in the face of routine or pressure to meet expectations. However, choosing a new direction is not only possible, it's empowering. Each choice you make has the potential to create new opportunities and break through the barriers that feel so permanent. The feeling of being stuck is often exacerbated by a fear of starting over. We worry that it's too late, that we've invested too much time or energy in our current situation to make a change. But starting over doesn't mean losing what you've built, it means building on what you've learned. Every experience, even the challenging ones, contributes to your growth. What feels like a setback can often be a redirection, leading you closer to a life that aligns with your true desires. The decision to move forward, even in small ways, can reignite a sense of purpose and possibility. Another reason people feel stuck is the tendency to focus on what's outside their control. While it's true that we can't change every situation, we can always control our response to it. Shifting your focus from what you can't do to what you can do creates momentum. Small, consistent actions like setting boundaries, learning new skills, or seeking support can create ripples of change that grow over time. Even the smallest step forward is a reminder that you are not as powerless as you might feel. Breaking free from the sense of being stuck also requires letting go of the need for perfection. Many people delay change because they're waiting for the perfect time or the perfect plan. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it only prolongs the feeling of being trapped. The truth is, there is no perfect time to start something new. The best time is now. Progress, not perfection, is what leads to transformation. Ultimately, recognizing that you are never stuck comes down to trusting yourself and your ability to adapt. Life is fluid, and so are you. Your capacity to grow, to learn, and to overcome challenges is boundless. Every day brings new opportunities to make different choices, to rewrite your story, and to move closer to the life you want. You are never stuck because you are never finished. As long as you are willing to take even the smallest step forward, you are capable of change. When you embrace this truth, the weight of feeling stuck begins to lift. You realize that the power to transform your life has been with you all along. No matter how difficult or limiting your circumstances may seem, you are never without options, and you are never without hope. The key is to believe in your own resilience and to take action, one step at a time. In doing so, you reclaim your ability to create a life of purpose, meaning, and possibility. Self-reflection is a cornerstone of personal growth and transformation. It allows us to pause and examine our thoughts, actions, and beliefs in a way that fosters deeper understanding and meaningful change. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to get caught up in routines, external expectations, and the noise of daily life, often losing sight of what truly matters. Self-reflection serves as a guiding light, illuminating our values, strengths, and areas for improvement. It's not simply about looking back, it's about gaining clarity to move forward with intention and purpose. The process of self-reflection begins with awareness. To truly reflect, we must first acknowledge where we are in life and how we got here. This involves looking at our choices, behaviors, and circumstances without judgment or defensiveness. It's not always easy. Self-reflection can uncover uncomfortable truths or reveal patterns we'd rather ignore. However, it is in this honesty that growth begins. By recognizing what is and isn't working in our lives, we can begin to take ownership of our actions and make the necessary changes to create a better future. One of the most powerful aspects of self-reflection is its ability to help us align our lives with our values. Often people find themselves feeling unfulfilled or disconnected because their daily actions don't align with what truly matters to them. For example, someone who deeply values creativity might feel stuck in a rigid, uninspiring job. Without self-reflection, these misalignments can persist, leading to dissatisfaction or even burnout. Reflection creates the space to ask important questions. What do I value most? Am I living in a way that honors those values? If not, what steps can I take to bridge that gap? This process empowers us to live more authentically and make decisions that resonate with our true selves. Self-reflection also enhances our relationships. By examining how we interact with others, we can identify patterns that may hinder connection or create conflict. Perhaps we realize that we're quick to judge, slow to listen, or hesitant to express vulnerability. Recognizing these tendencies allows us to grow and develop healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Moreover, self-reflection fosters empathy. When we take the time to understand our own emotions, motivations, and struggles, we become better equipped to understand and support others. This deepened sense of connection enriches not only our relationships but also our overall sense of belonging and purpose. Another important benefit of self-reflection is its role in decision-making. Life is full of choices, both big and small, and without careful thought, it's easy to make decisions that don't serve our long-term goals or happiness. Reflection helps us evaluate our options more thoughtfully. It encourages us to consider not only immediate outcomes but also the broader impact of our choices on our lives and the lives of others. This deliberate approach leads to better decisions, greater confidence, and fewer regrets. Self-reflection isn't just about addressing challenges, it's also a tool for celebrating progress and building self-awareness. By taking the time to reflect on our successes, we gain a clearer sense of our strengths and capabilities. This positive reinforcement boosts self-esteem and motivates us to keep moving forward. At the same time, self-reflection helps us identify areas where we can improve. Rather than viewing shortcomings as failures, reflection frames them as opportunities for growth. This balanced perspective fosters resilience and a growth mindset, enabling us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. The act of self-reflection requires intentionality and effort. It's not something that happens automatically, it's a conscious practice that involves setting aside time to think, question, and learn. For some, this might take the form of journaling, meditating, or engaging in deep conversations. For others, it might mean simply taking a walk and allowing their thoughts to wander. Whatever the method, the key is to create a space where self-reflection can flourish. This practice, when done consistently, becomes a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal transformation. In a world that often values productivity over introspection, it can be tempting to dismiss self-reflection as a luxury or an indulgence. However, it is anything but. Self-reflection is essential because it helps us understand who we are, what we want, and how we can grow. It's a way of checking in with ourselves, ensuring that we're not just living but living well. It's an ongoing journey, not a destination, and its rewards are immeasurable clarity, purpose, and a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. In the pursuit of personal growth and meaningful change, the idea of taking small steps often seems insignificant. Many people feel compelled to make drastic moves or set grand goals, believing that transformation requires massive effort all at once. However, the truth is that small, consistent steps are the foundation of lasting change. While they may seem modest in isolation, over time these incremental actions build momentum, create new habits, and lead to profound transformations that are both sustainable and impactful. The power of small steps lies in their accessibility. When faced with a daunting challenge or a major goal, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and unsure of where to start. This sense of being paralyzed can lead to procrastination, or even giving up entirely. Small steps, however, break down big goals into manageable pieces. They eliminate the intimidation factor and provide a clear starting point. For instance, if someone wants to improve their physical fitness, the idea of committing to an intense workout routine can feel overwhelming. But choosing to take a 10-minute walk each day is achievable and less daunting. That small, consistent effort can grow over time, evolving into a more comprehensive fitness regimen. Another significant advantage of small steps is that they foster consistency. Change doesn't happen overnight, it's the result of repeated effort over time. Small steps are easier to maintain because they don't require a dramatic upheaval of your daily life. They fit seamlessly into your routine, making it more likely that you'll stick with them. Consistency creates habits, and habits are the building blocks of transformation. When you commit to a small action every day, whether it's reading for 10 minutes, saving a small amount of money, or practicing mindfulness, you're reinforcing a positive behavior that becomes second nature over time. Small steps also build confidence. Success breeds motivation, and accomplishing even the smallest tasks provides a sense of achievement that fuels further action. Each small win becomes a stepping stone, proving to yourself that change is possible and within your control. Over time, these victories accumulate, creating a powerful sense of progress and reinforcing the belief that you're capable of achieving your goals. This positive feedback loop is essential for maintaining momentum and staying motivated, especially during challenging periods. Moreover, small steps allow for flexibility and adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and rigid plans can be difficult to follow when unexpected obstacles arise. Small steps provide the opportunity to adjust without losing sight of your larger goal. For example, if your goal is to write a book, committing to writing just one paragraph a day allows you to stay consistent even on days when time or energy is limited. This adaptability ensures that progress continues, even in less than ideal circumstances. The cumulative effect of small steps is often underestimated. Over time, these seemingly minor actions compound, leading to results far greater than the sum of their parts. This principle is evident in many areas of life. For instance, in personal finance, saving a small amount each month might not feel significant in the short term, but over years it can grow into a substantial sum through the power of compounding. Similarly, in personal development, dedicating just a few minutes each day to learning or practicing a skill can lead to remarkable growth over time. Small steps also encourage mindfulness and presence. When you focus on taking one step at a time, you're more likely to be fully engaged in the moment. This focus helps reduce the anxiety that often accompanies large, overwhelming goals. Instead of worrying about how far you still have to go, you can take satisfaction in the progress you're making today. This shift in perspective transforms the journey into a series of manageable, rewarding experiences rather than a daunting climb. Ultimately, small steps are a reminder that transformation is a journey, not an instant event. They teach us that meaningful change doesn't come from a single, monumental effort but from the accumulation of small, intentional actions over time. Each step, no matter how small, moves us closer to our goals and brings us closer to becoming the person we want to be. By embracing small steps, we learn to celebrate progress rather than perfection. We recognize that every action, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. These steps form the foundation for a life of growth, resilience, and purpose. They show us that transformation isn't about doing everything at once, it's about starting where we are, doing what we can, and trusting that those small. Society often glorifies achievement and perfection. The reality is that failure is a stepping stone toward progress. It teaches us lessons, builds resilience, and offers the opportunity to refine our skills and perspectives. Embracing failure as a natural and necessary part of the journey allows us to approach challenges with courage and determination, knowing that each misstep brings us closer to our goals. One of the most important aspects of failure is the valuable lessons it provides. When something doesn't go as planned, it forces us to evaluate what went wrong and why. This process of reflection helps us identify our weaknesses, refine our strategies, and gain a deeper understanding of the task or goal at hand. For instance, an entrepreneur who launches a business that doesn't succeed gains insights into market demands, operational challenges, and customer behavior. These lessons, though learned through failure, become the foundation for future success. Without the willingness to fail, we miss out on these critical opportunities for learning and improvement. Failure also builds resilience, which is essential for long-term success. Facing setbacks and pushing through them strengthens our ability to adapt and persevere in the face of adversity. Each time we encounter failure and rise again, we become more equipped to handle future challenges. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure, it's about developing the strength to keep moving forward despite it. This mental toughness allows us to stay focused on our goals, even when the path is difficult or uncertain. Over time, resilience becomes a defining trait that helps us achieve not just our aspirations but also a sense of inner confidence and self-reliance. Moreover, failure fosters creativity and innovation. When we are forced to confront a setback, we are often pushed to think differently, explore new approaches, and step outside of our comfort zones. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history have emerged from failure. Thomas Edison famously failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb, but he viewed each attempt as a step closer to the solution. This perspective highlights the transformative power of failure. It compels us to experiment, take risks, and ultimately discover new possibilities we might never have considered otherwise. Another crucial lesson failure teaches is humility. It reminds us that we don't have all the answers, and that growth is a continuous process. Humility allows us to seek help, collaborate with others, and remain open to feedback and improvement. It's through this openness that we develop stronger relationships and learn from the wisdom of those around us. Failure strips away the illusion of invincibility and grounds us in the reality that progress is a collective effort, often achieved through collaboration and shared experiences. Failure also challenges our fear of imperfection. Many people hesitate to take risks or pursue ambitious goals because they are afraid of failing. However, avoiding failure often means avoiding growth. When we reframe failure as a normal and necessary part of the process, it becomes less intimidating. We begin to see it not as an endpoint but as a temporary detour that guides us back onto the path toward success. This shift in perspective empowers us to take risks, try new things, and embrace opportunities that we might have otherwise avoided. It's important to recognize that failure is not a reflection of our worth or potential. It is simply an outcome, a moment in time that does not define who we are. By separating failure from our sense of self, we can approach it with curiosity rather than shame. This mindset encourages us to ask, "What can I learn from this?" instead of, "What's wrong with me?" It fosters a sense of self-compassion and growth, enabling us to move forward without being weighed down by self-doubt or regret. Ultimately, failure is not the opposite of success, it is an integral part of it. Every misstep, setback, or mistake is a building block that shapes our journey. Each failure teaches us something valuable, strengthens our resolve, and prepares us for the challenges ahead. It reminds us that progress is rarely linear, and that the road to achievement is often paved with obstacles and detours. When we embrace failure as part of the process, we liberate ourselves from the fear of making mistakes. We gain the confidence to take risks, the humility to learn, and the resilience to persevere. In doing so, we unlock our full potential and discover that failure, far from being a limitation, is a powerful catalyst for growth and transformation. In the pursuit of personal and professional goals, there is often a pervasive habit of waiting for the perfect moment to start. We convince ourselves that the ideal time to take action will come when circumstances are just right, when we have more time, more resources, or more confidence. But the truth is, the best time to start is now. Waiting for the perfect moment can be a trap that leads to procrastination and missed opportunities. The reality is that the best time to begin is always the present moment, because it is the only moment we truly have control over. Every day that passes without taking action is a missed opportunity for growth and change. Procrastination, fueled by the belief that conditions will improve later, often leads to regret. The longer we wait, the more we risk becoming stuck in our current situation. Time doesn't stop for us to prepare, it continues to move forward, and with each passing moment, the opportunities to start diminish. By choosing to delay action, we are essentially allowing our dreams and potential to slip away. The best time to start is now because waiting can become a habit that is difficult to break. The longer we postpone our goals, the easier it becomes to find reasons to continue delaying. Starting now also eliminates the illusion of perfection. Perfectionism often serves as a barrier to taking action because it creates an unrealistic standard that is impossible to meet. We tell ourselves that we will start when we have all the necessary knowledge, resources, or support. However, the pursuit of perfection can paralyze us, making it impossible to ever take the first step. The truth is, there is no perfect moment, there is only the moment you choose to begin. Taking that first step, even if it's small and imperfect, is a powerful act of courage. It sets the wheels in motion, allowing progress to begin, which in turn builds momentum and confidence. Starting now also empowers us to make adjustments along the way. When we wait for the perfect time, we often hold on to rigid plans and expectations that are difficult to change. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances rarely align perfectly with our plans. By taking action now, we can adapt and refine our approach as we go. Flexibility is crucial for success as it allows us to learn from setbacks, make course corrections, and capitalize on new opportunities. Taking the first step now makes it easier to pivot, adjust, and evolve in response to changing conditions. Moreover, taking action now helps build momentum. Momentum is the driving force behind successful endeavors. Starting immediately gives us the momentum to continue, even when challenges arise. Each small step forward, no matter how minor, reinforces the belief that we are moving in the right direction. Momentum creates a positive feedback loop, where each step fuels the next, making it easier to stay motivated and committed. This momentum becomes an invaluable resource, making it easier to overcome obstacles and stay focused on our goals. The best time to start is also about embracing the reality that we are in control of our lives. We have the power to shape our future, but only if we take the first step. Every moment we delay is a moment we give up control to circumstances. Starting now is an acknowledgement of our agency and a commitment to our growth. It's about recognizing that the time to take action is not something that will present itself, it's something we must create. By making the decision to begin now, we take charge of our lives and assert our desire for change. In conclusion, the best time to start is now because it is the only time we can truly act upon. Waiting for the perfect moment can lead to a life of regret and missed opportunities. By taking action today, we open the door to progress, learning, and transformation. We build momentum, gain flexibility, and take control of our futures. The best time to start is now because now is all we have. Embrace the power of the present moment and begin your journey today. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll move closer to the life you envision.